Hello and good afternoon. Thanks for joining me here in my kitchen today. I've got a fabulous recipe because I'm feeling like parties are going to start happening soon. So I'm giving you a recipe that's out of book 4 today and it's in the party food section. Now, what are we doing? Well, we're making cheese and spinach triangles. Who doesn't love a good feed of this? And actually, I've got to tell you, Billy and I often make them and we have it with a salad for lunch because it's just a bit lighter. And it's just something fun and fabulous. And I love phyllo pastry. Love it. Anything with phyllo, I'm happy with. But also, I will tell you later on, but we're doing a phyllo pastry recipe next week as well, because although you've bought the packet, this is your phyllo that you'll be buying. And it's the Antonio brand. They're the ones, do not buy the frozen one, the Pampers, it's rubbish. This is the one you get, it's near the garlic breads and everything like that, it's in the fridge section. But I thought I'll give you 2 recipes using it so that way you don't feel so bad buying the whole big box because you'll use it up. So let's look at what we need for today. Well, first of all, we've preheated the oven to 200 degrees. Okay, hot and fast, that's what we want. Now we've got some onion here. Actually there's 3 cheeses that go into this cheese and spinach triangles. You've got Parmesan cheese, you've got reduced fat feta, as well as the reduced fat tasty cheese. You've got garlic. I'm going to put just a pinch of nutmeg because it goes so well with this. We've got the cooking spray, remember the phyllo, which is important, and I've got 150 grams of baby spinach. What's the other name they call it? Baby spinach? Yeah. I thought it was another name. English spinach. They're a bit bigger. All right, so let's start cooking. Okay, so we only need to do the onion. The rest is all ready. I've grated the cheese, and please grate the cheese. Don't buy the packaged ones because this is much better. It's much more workable. I want just 1/4 cup, but I want finely diced. And how I do that is I go in really close. Instead of going like really casually, I go in quite close to each one, and it will give me the finer one, and then really close together, as close as I can get. And look how fine that is, really beautiful and fine, which you want in this mix. It's only 1/4 cup, so let's have a look. Break it all up. I could do with maybe just a little bit more. There we go. So that's all the chopping we need. Let's move that over. I'm going to wash my little onion fingers. I've got my wok out. Yes, I know Chinese, but we're doing Greek. That's because you can. Because the spinach, it starts off really big, but it will just disintegrate. Let me swap the sprays over for that one. Thank you, Mr. Sym. Just realised we had the wrong spray for the wok. Always use the rice bran spray in the Neoflam, but I will use the other spray for the phyllo. Okay, so we're going to start with 1/2 teaspoon of crushed garlic. Now you can use fresh if you want. I like it easy. 1/2 teaspoon. And the onion. 1/4 cup of diced onion. All right, while that's cooking, I'll just cook that there for a minute. I've got a bowl here as well, and I'm going to put my feta in it. Let's do that. Let's put a lot of spinach. I might get some tongs as well. Now, with the spinach, it will really shrink. And this is your filling that you go, and then we're just going to add. Oh, am I making a mess? See, this is why a wok's so good to have, because you can make this so easily and just toss it around. I'm going to crumble my feta. Now I've done reduced fat because obviously Annette does low fat. That's how I roll, people. Just crumble it all up. And normally cheese and spinach triangles are very high in fat and very high in calories. Very oily because they use full fat cheese, lots of oil. They butter the phyllo pastry, whereas what I do is something that I invented back in book 1. I spray. I use the cooking spray between each layer. Look, it's starting to dissolve or shrink. Let me just wash my fingers. I know that you might look at it and go, who can be bothered? I just buy them frozen. No, once you've made them yourself, you will never go back. Because what I love is I'm really proud when I display my own cooking. And I think, you know, we're cooking with love. We know what's in it. And what I love is that it's cheaper. Yes, it is. That's looking great. Right, so it goes on top. It's such a simple recipe, really. I mean, the Greeks knew how to do it, that's for sure. And then what I do is add in the cheese, which was either 100 grams or a cup. You can measure it either way. I'm using the Bega 50%. Going to put in just a pinch of nutmeg, all right? Just a pinch. Maybe 2 little pinches. And 2 tablespoons of Parmesan. So they're the cheeses, the ricotta. No, is it not ricotta? Feta. Get it right, in it. Parmesan and then the cheese. And now we're going to give this a really good mix up. Get that all in. And that's your filling done. Yum! As I said, we have this with salad. And it's the time of year now where we can start getting back into having more salads and lighter meals. I mean, this would be an easy dinner, a light dinner, but we like it as a light lunch. And it's fantastic for parties. Really great finger food. I might just leave that there. So let's get the fun started, okay? So we're going to get the phyllo. Now, if you've never used phyllo before, don't be frightened of it because it's the brand that makes all the difference. Get the Antonio and you'll be fine. Now, I'm going to show you how to pack this up at the end so you can keep it really fresh for next week, okay? But you don't want to leave the whole lot out too long because it gets dry very quickly because the pastry's really thin. So, gently. Be very gentle, especially if you've got nails. And open it up. There we go. Now I'm going to get one, and you'll see there's lots of them, very thin. Now what you could do is put a wet tea towel on top of this. Should I do that, Billy? I think I should. Just a little bit wet. Just to keep it from drying out. Now what you do is you get your knife and cut it in half this way. Lengthways, that's the right word, thank you, Bill. Then cut each of them in half again. Do it again so you get 4 strips. Now this makes 24, so you're going to do this 6 times. I'm not probably going to show you the whole 6 of them, but what you do is you get a tablespoon. Oh no, let's spray it first. Getting a bit excited here. Give it a good spray. Now normally they would put butter. They'd have a brush and lots of melted butter, and they would go over every layer like that. That's not how Annette does it. So, tablespoon in the top. Trying to get a bit of cheese in there as well. In the top corner. Look at this mix, it's so beautiful. There we are. And I'm going to show you how to roll it up. Okay, you with me? So the idea is it's a triangle shape. So I'll start this side. You roll it over so it's like a triangle, and then cross it over. Each time you're getting a triangle shape, yes? So you don't go straight over flat, you go over. Here's one. Now I'll get my tray ready. Let me move this a lot. Spray it and then put your triangle there. So remember, it's cross over and cross over. So you're actually going to the edge. So watch me again. See how it comes to the edge? Back to the edge. Over. I mean, it's not hard. It's actually fun. There's another one. Can you do it, do you reckon? Of course you can. Now you make 24. Some triangles will probably look better than others, but that's called rustic home cooking. They freeze. You could freeze this mix if you didn't want to make so many, or you could actually halve the recipe if you only wanted to make a dozen. I say you'd be mad if you didn't make the whole lot because it's so fabulous. Let's do it again. You ready? Cut in half. And half again on each side. Yep. Spray. And I will spray over these when I'm done. And then we're going to once again get a spoonful. It's a tablespoon. Remember, one of my tablespoons is 15 mils. But look at all the cheese in there as well. It's just so good. There we go. And we're going to roll again. To the side, to the side, to the side. That's it, up to the top. Actually, you'll find you'll get your mojo going and you'll find it really quick. I've got a little green thing sticking out there. I don't mind that. All right. I think you're getting the drift of it, yes? You bake them in the hot oven for about 15-20 minutes until like the pastry has got a little bit golden. Now the key with them is you need to, when you're working with filo pastry, is you need to serve them quickly. Let's do one more, all right? And then I'll get these in the oven. All right, cut it. Now I'm going to see the difference. I've sprayed it first. Bill and I were trying to work out whether, is it a good idea to spray it first or spray it after? You know what? It doesn't matter. Actually, I think that's working a little bit stronger. All right, so let's do, so we've made 2, 4, 6, 8, so this will be 12. So this is the half. Remember putting it at the top. I mean, look, to be honest, you just follow the recipe, you'll be fine. And we're going to roll it to the top, just as I say, just roll it to the edge. I mean, imagine serving homemade cheese and spinach triangles to your guests. And I think we all really love, if we can, to have healthier options at parties. You know, there's so much fried pastries, you know, things like that. This is go to the party food section in book 4 because you've got dips, you've got my mini pizza breads, which are a must-have at an event, that's for sure. Like, check that section out, because each of the books have a different bonus section, which is awesome. And I think you'll find by the time you get to 24, you'll have this worked out. Okay, spray. In the oven, remember it's 200, and I'm going to time it for 15 minutes. And what we'll do is I'm just going to keep playing here and make the rest, and then I'll be back. But what I want to do before we finish up is I want to show you how to, actually I need, how many more sheets do I need? I need 3. Let's just take, that's 2, and that's 3. How many sheets in a box? 20 something. Anyway, now there's for my next lot. So what you do is you gently roll it over, put it back carefully into your container. Then this is what I do. I get some sticky tape and I put that at the end, put it back in the box, in the fridge, ready for next week. Thank you, Billy. There you go. See? All right, let me finish these off. I'll be back shortly and I'll show you how fabulous they look when they come out of the oven. See you shortly. Well, welcome back. I've taken them out of the oven, and as you can see, I made the full batch. And the key with these is the phyllo is very crispy right now, but when left for maybe 10 minutes or so, it will start to soften up. Because I haven't done like the traditional way is with all the butter, it does sort of tend to flop down. Oh my God, they look so good. So just serve them up pretty well when you're ready to have them. Or if you want, you can actually just pop them back in the oven to crisp up just before you serve them. I think they are rustic. You know, I just sort of did it very quickly and a little bit of it seeped out, but that's okay. Just shove it back in. What does it matter? But there is 24 fabulous cheese and spinach homemade triangles. Boom! Another great recipe achieved here today. I mean, look how wonderful to be able to serve these up in crisp and phyllo pastry. Now next week I'm going to be making another phyllo recipe, but before we get into that, if you want to win book 4, because you've got the party food section in here which is coming into the season, you can get a personally signed copy of book 4. Plus I'm also going to be giving this week as well, because it's only one cookbook, I'm going to give you one of each of the flavours of the shakes to try. So you're going to get the iced coffee, the creamy vanilla, the wicked chocolate and the dairy-free vanilla. So you can try them yourself. But if you want to win it, you have to like, share, and in the comments, hashtag Symply with a Y, too good. Put that in and I'll randomly pick 3 lucky winners. Now next week's show, as I said, I'm going to be doing phyllo again, and I'm going to be going back into more cooking for 1 or 2. I'm a little favourite at the moment. Am I allowed to have favourites? Yes, I can. And it's going to be the individual pizza strudel. Now it's in book 1 as well, and I'll tell you how to do that next week. But it's the individual pizza strudel which you're going to need. Now if you're making you want to make it next week with the recipe that I'm going to be doing, you need 4 sheets of phyllo. If you're going to make it out of book 1 where it serves 4 serves, you need 8 sheets of phyllo. In case you want to use it, you might want to make a lot more of these because they're very moist. And as I said, great party food, but also really lovely. You know, I'd probably have about 5 with my salad. That's what I tend to do. Bill has a few more, of course. But anyway, more recipes and tips, you know where to go, simplytoogood.com.au. And hello, who knew weight loss could be so deliciously healthy? Thank you for joining me for another fun week on Thursdays with Annette. Bye now.